John, you said the other day to ask you when it's actually over, but just how stunned are you to be in where you're at right now?
I don't know. Probably more disappointed in more than anything. When you get to the playoffs, you got to remember half the teams in the league are out, so everybody in the playoffs is good. They've earned their way here, so it's not in today's game with the parity. Like it's not unusual that a 8 beats a 1 anymore. Everybody's that close, and it was, in the end, it's just we couldn't find our game. That was it. It'd been with us all year, and for 6 days in April, we couldn't find it, and it's unfortunate because it puts a blemish on what was one hell of a regular season.
Tonight, you guys wanted to come out and play your game, and you wanted to, take it to them. If you got a lead, it would have been great. You're down 2-0 before you can breathe. How difficult was that?
Well, it goes to show you a little bit of the character of the team. To be down, were we down 2-0 within the first, 4 minutes of the game, and they just battled and battled and battled, and we get it to 3, and we take an unfortunate penalty there, and they score into 6 on 5. But that all comes down to special teams, and it's not the lack of power plays or anything like that. It was we just couldn't kill them off. So you give up a power play goal and you give up a 6 on 5 goal, and that's it. So you look at the series and how close it was. I know the score doesn't look that way, but it's a 1-goal game, and ultimately special teams was the difference in all of them. And so really disappointed for, again, how well we executed in the regular season.
We talked a lot about the team's ability to handle adversity, and I think from the outside looking in, we look at the Penguin series, we look at the Capital series, now we see this series, and we start wondering if there's a fundamental flaw with the team when it comes to handling adversity in the postseason. Do you think that there's something, just some glitch going on where when the chips are down, they can't seem to climb out of a hole?
I don't know. This group, it's funny, we've gone, we're expected to go far this year, and we go nowhere. 2015, nobody expected us to go anywhere, and we went far. So with the same core players. You go to a couple conference finals, I can't sit here and say, those are bad efforts. It's hard to win in this league. And it's hard to do it, consistently year after year after year, and the group's found a way to do it. Yeah, it's tough not to be sitting at the end and holding up the Stanley Cup, but how many teams have gone through this, and they knock at the door, and look at Washington, for example. Didn't they win the President's Cup? They had 2 remarkable years and were bounced in the second round, and the year that nobody expected them to do anything, they won the Stanley Cup. It's crazy how it works, but that's what happens.
Yeah, you mentioned the special teams and the penalty kill has been so good all year. Just what did you oversee them given? What was the struggles with that? What was the biggest issue you had in penalty kill?
Well, part of it was the power play. We gave them a little bit of momentum, and it started early in the series. They scored, I think, the game winner on the power play, and when you start feeling good about yourself, that's kind of how you get on a roll. And Columbus didn't feel good about themselves in the playoffs. I think they won 7 of 8 or something down the stretch. So I think they've only lost 1 game in their last, 11 or 12 or something like that. So they, their game turned around at the absolute right time. For us, it's like when you have the amount of points we had, it's a blessing and a curse in a way, because you don't play really any meaningful hockey for a long time, and then all of a sudden you got to amp it up, and it's not an excuse, it's a reality. That's how it goes. And so you have a historic regular season the way what we did, and had basically a historic playoff in defeat. But it can't take away from how battling adversity on that stuff. Our guys battled hard. Columbus, like as I said, for 6 days in April, Columbus played better than we did. That was it.
Like you said, you've made some unfortunate history here, being the first team to lead to the regular season in points, get swept out of the playoffs in the first round in a 7-game series. Are you at all concerned because of the magnitude of this loss that internally there's going to be a reaction where there needs to be dramatic changes to the roster, or are you not concerned about that?
Oh, I don't know. That's the farthest thing from my mind. What's on my mind is the fact that we're going to fly home tonight, and in a couple days, a team that I love to coach and a bunch of guys that loved each other are not going to be together anymore. And that's the part that's tough, because you ask any coach in this league, it's a grind. And you look back from middle of September when training camp starts, and they basically become your family. You're with them way more than you are your immediate family. And so, I can't look to the future and see what's going to happen. I'm just, it's more of kind of the depressing feeling of this group, is not going to be together anymore.
As you said, it was a historic regular season followed by a historic postseason. Do you think at any point in the future you will look back on this and be able to reconcile those two differences?
I don't know. I think if we down the road win a Stanley Cup, I'll have no problem reconciling that. But right now it's tough.